Who fucking cares? It's
And
You got like the last second of my middle finger.
good.
Oh, it totally did.
Phenomenal.
Oh, I may have to turn down my volume a little bit. I see that I'm peaking there real quick. Hold on.
The audio's too good. It's too good this time.
It's the one time in my life I peaked late. Yeah, totally. I need to normalize myself a little. The one time
Better
I'm
late.
normal.
Better late than never.
There we go. Kind of optimize myself a little with you. All right. Turn down my volume. Anywho's. Hopefully hopefully now I sound normal. Well, just in volume. To everyone out there. Welcome to I am so fucking gassy. Whew. Welcome to another week. Oh, I'm trying not to burp into the mic. Woo! Welcome to another week of the. I'll get out the fucking title in a second.
Okay.
You may have to do the title. Ooh, I feel it coming. You do the title.
What one did we pick again? Wait, hold on. Don't tell me. I know what it is. We picked. Hold on. You ready? Drum roll.
Go for it.
This week's episode: Mo paint, mo problems.
Yes. Very nice. Whew.
Thank you.
Just because you're an adult doesn't make you honest. 100%.
No, it makes you worse. I think it makes it worse.
So Mean Girls, Heathers was one of my favorite movies. I love that movie.
I just rewatched that like the first week that we moved into this house. I rewatched it for like the 1000th time, and I made Shannon watch it for the first time. I love that movie so much. Maybe because her name is Veronica, and you don't hear it that often in society, but I love that movie so much.
Unless you go to a strip club, you're guaranteed to always meet a Veronica.
That's true. Especially if I'm there, like it's probably me. It could be me.
Yes.
Amateur night or whatever.
Scary movie, and basically any other movie made in the 80s and 90s always proved to us that high school is tough. But what about elementary schools? They starting that shit early. Real fucking early.
Yeah.
Yep. Bullying is a real rough patch, and at minimum 75% of kids, they're going to go through it at least one fucking time. Mm-hmm. And they either got to get through it or it fucking scars them for life. And should a kid be punished for defending themselves? What's the difference between retaliation and self-defense? And what if the bully ends up being a fucking teacher? Today, it's when bullies are learning and teaching. If COVID taught us anything, it's that we couldn't teach, but we're both thinking about it now. Mm-hmm. Then it's some good old-fashioned screenshots, some fresh hell, and some words. Well, one word. I'm using the word you
some
sent
words.
Me. Oh yeah, I got plenty of words. We both got plenty of fucking words.
Some choice words for sure.
But plenty of words that I did not send in the fucking email. you coaxed me down from that one. Yeah, you helped me keep that shit reeled in a little.
I had to keep it reeled in myself because I was like, send it, full send.
We were adults.
Every cuss word. We were. I'm so proud of us.
We were calm, kind adults.
We really were. I think we handled it. We were very mindful, very demure. Very adults. Very adults, very parent of us. Very
Yep.
parent of us. We were 10 out of 10 parents. Stellar
Via said I
parenting.
could have been worse, but I guess she
I
expected
would
worse.
have been worse. Yeah.
So
I feel like it's easy to say that, like, when I'm, like, on the outside, like, I mean, I would kill for her too, but, like, on the outside, when it's not happening to me, I feel like I can give that sound advice and, like, help, keep the calm. But if it was me, I would have done went to school.
yep.
It's, I would have. I know it. I know. I don't. I got rage problems.
She's in trouble now because I figured out that I can drive with this fucking boot on, but the max speed I can go is 12 miles per hour.
Hey, man, that's
So
that's perfect.
it may take me a little fucking longer to get there, but I can fucking get there.
That's okay. All good
So
things come to those who wait. And if you just have to drive a little slower, you got to wait a little longer to get it out. I feel like the slower you have to drive, the more like rage you'll have. You won't calm down on the way. You'll just rage even more because you cannot go the speed limit. You're like way under it and you're just going to freaking lose it on the way.
it'll be the
I can
slowest
imagine that.
police chase
Your
ever.
scenario, you're just like, God damn it. Literally. Oh my gosh. You're gonna
It'll
make
be
fun of
like,
myself a little bit.
thank you, Kev, for the gifts. It'll be like one of those police chases that you see on the news for the lawnmowers. Like the drunk guy on the lawnmower going down the street. The
The
police
max
aren't going to
speed's
pull
like
out in
10
front of me
miles an
because it'll
hour, but he
just be
won't
like
stop.
tag. Oh my god.
Tap.
Yep.
Oh my god, that's
So
crazy.
let's jump into it. When the bullies are learning and they're teaching. So let's start with you. So that way I can try and get this burp out right now. I won't do it in the mic, guys. Don't worry. But give me any kind of personal story that you may have. We're gonna go deep. We're gonna go personal. I don't have like that Delilah After Dark voice, but what experiences do you have with bullies? Or were you the bully?
No, I was never the bully.
I
I've
believe that.
never been a bully to anyone. In fact, I've beaten a bully's ass over someone else before. I think we've talked about this.
Yep.
I can tell that story later though. I was bullied when I was in elementary school. It was a very short-lived experience because let's face it, I've been taller than everyone else forever. So, you usually don't want to like mess with the big bitches. You know what I mean? And I was picked on when I went to private school because my parents were normal working class, middle class, whatever you want to consider, back then. So we didn't have a whole lot of like, we weren't rich, you know what I mean? We were, we always had what we needed. We always, whatever, but we weren't rich. We weren't like super well off. We weren't living in huge houses. And, I wasn't on like the cheerleading team. And I hadn't discovered hairspray at that point. The actual product, not the movie. And I got picked on by
It's
all
in
of
my head
these
now.
stuck up rich girls at my private school. I got picked on by them because I wasn't a stuck up rich girl like they were. I was never invited to do any of the social things with them. Basically anything that I did, they made fun of me for it. If I got any kind of a haircut, I was made fun of for it. Even though we all wore uniforms, I would get picked on because I did not opt in elementary school to wear like the pleated skirts because I was a very tomboy. So I always opted for the plaid shorts, not the skirts. And so I got picked on. And they made fun of me saying that I was a boy. And if I wasn't a boy, I liked girls because I was wearing shorts, not skirts. And I didn't dress up like them and put my super high bun up in my hair with all my hairspray in it. And what have you. And
Should have sat on them
honestly, I'd never even. I did. One of them got kicked in the shins, real hard, by me,
by your size
and
10 feet.
Debbie had to come down to the school by my size 10 feet, baby. You better believe it. That shit hurt. And I was a soccer player. So the power behind those legs, let me tell you, those calves, it was all muscle, baby. Muscle.
Nice.
It was a hard kick. Debbie had to come down to the school, and I got in trouble. I had the in school suspension for it. And it kind of continued like a little bit after that. And then I told my mom and dad, I was like, listen, it's going to happen again. I don't really care, but I'm not going to allow someone to speak to me this way. And I was it started in elementary school. I was mouthy in elementary school. I've been mouthy my whole life. And so I begged them for several years to pull me out of private school. And they finally did at the beginning of middle school, pulled me out of private school and put me in public school. Because I told them, I was like, if you don't pull me out of this school, this is going to keep happening. And I'm really going to hurt one of these little bitches one day. And their mom and dad got lawyer money. I don't know what you guys have in the bank account, but we're going to have to figure something out here because we're going to get in trouble here.
They switched
so
schools
they
or
eventually pulled
juvie?
me, and I never had an experience. I know, I'm like the lesser of two evils here. So, and my grandparents are the ones that wanted me to go to private school. So my parents were like, save us the $1,000 a month or whatever the hell private school was back then. Sure. So they did make the switch, and I never had a problem with the bullies ever again. I was never a bully. I was never bullied again. Like after switching schools, it was just my experience with rich little bitches, and that was pretty much it. I saw my fair share of bullying though in high school. And I just don't vibe with that. I don't tolerate it. I don't care if I'm your friend. If you're bullying somebody and you're my friend, you better make like you don't know me, because I don't tolerate behavior like that. I don't like that. And if I don't know you when you're getting bullied, I will definitely step in and say something. I've always been that way. I'm still that way. But my 1-year-old bullies me currently. So
Well, we're
he's the only
moms.
one I won't stand up to.
We're automatically our kids' bitches.
I'm automatically the target, which is fine. It's fine. But for a few hours a day, I do get currently bullied. But it's okay. It's pretty cute. I let it slide.
We wipe the shit. We take the
My
shit.
husband
And we
got bullied relentlessly, though.
Oh.
We get it wiped on us, also. But yeah, Shannon got bullied really bad when he was in elementary and middle school, really bad. And I was like, honey, if I would have known you back then, I would have beat somebody up for you. I promise.
Oh.
I would have had your back. And then I would have bullied you myself.
Probably been like, this is my bitch right here.
What about you? The only one who's allowed to bully him is me.
So it was the same. We went, so I guess it was considered a private school, but so I grew up in what would be considered a cult. It was kind of like the church. Yeah, so it was Independent Fundamentalist Baptists. And they were like one step up from the Church of Latter-day Saints. The only thing we got to do different than them was we got to cut our hair a little bit and we got to watch TV. Only two differences.
Hey, man.
So
it's all about that TV.
Yeah, it was tons of fun. But there was only a handful of things you could watch on TV. So, yeah. It was bullshit. In fact, Church of Latter-day Saints may have gotten to do a little bit more than us. I don't know. It was bullshit. But so in the church, all the kids had to attend the school that was within the church. And if you didn't, obviously they would let anybody attend the school, even if you didn't go to the church, because it meant money.
Of course.
But if you
That's what they care
went to
about.
the school, yeah, if you went to the school and you didn't attend the church, you were very much segregated. They definitely gave you a lot of shit. There were certain things you couldn't participate in. The kids were kept very, very segregated with a lot of different things. Like, they didn't want us talking very much to each other. They didn't want the outside influences spilling over to us.
Yeah.
So it was very touch and go. Same came from if you were in the church and you went to the school as well, but your family didn't follow every single law of the church.
Okay.
If you did even one thing out of step with everybody else in the church. So my dad did not, because he delivered newspapers every night, all night. He didn't always attend church on Sunday mornings. The church did not like that. Even though my mom made me go religiously to every single service, pun intended. Because my dad did not go.
I see what you did there. Yeah.
Because my dad did not go, I was treated differently by a lot of members in the church. Because I did not have both of my parents super active in the church. And they would tell their children or talk to each other about shit about me in front of their children, and it would spill over into the classroom. So the kids would talk shit about me. They would bully me. It was pretty fucking rough. At the same time, I got to listen to different radio stations that the kids weren't allowed to listen to. I knew a lot of secular music. I got to watch a lot of secular shows and movies because of my dad. I got to go Easter egg hunting sometimes because of my godmother, who was very secular. God fucking love her. She's the only reason I ever had McDonald's growing up. So it was a whole bunch of shit.
Hell yeah.
So these kids, they were pretty fucking cool. And I got to go trick-or-treating one time whenever I was a kid. And when the church found out, that just made it even worse. Then I got lice whenever I was a kid from one time at church camp. So
I hate that for you.
Well, it seemed like every
Fucking
summer
church camp.
after that, I kept getting lice. We were a super fucking clean household. My mom was clean.
It makes me itchy.
I know, right? It's starting to make me itch.
Yeah.
I swear it had to come from that fucking church camp. I got it every time I got back from church camp. My mom got sick of it, so she took me down to the salon. She chopped off all of my hair. So my hair was like boy hair. She did. She cut it about as short as the fucking soldier's hair is. I went back to school. They said they're either.
God, you got tormented.
I did. Even the principal, who was the associate pastor, and the pastor basically said you either remove her and teach her at home, and then she can come back when her hair grows out, or you take her out of school. So I started public school. I started public school. And then I told you about the first time I ever got picked on in public school.
Yeah.
He made a comment about me, and the second he made a comment about me, I slugged him as hard as I could. I had never hit anybody in my life. I went to that school. I said, I am not going to get picked on. I said, I have gone through so much shit in my life. It is not happening here. So the second I got picked on, I said, that's fucking it. I hit that motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
It was after school, so they couldn't fucking get me. I
That's
hit him.
gangster.
That was it. That was it.
Wow.
I didn't take
What a
shit
bunch of
the rest
hateful
of the time I
fucks.
was there. So was it self-defense?
Wow. It
No.
was their fault.
Was it retaliation? Technically, yes. Was it completely built up? It was a good 7 years of just taking shit. And I was like, nope, fuck you, fuck this. Wrong place, wrong time, my man. You just
Hey, you know
and I
what?
think all he did was just
Make
call
that
me fat.
impression.
I think that's all it did
That's
was
still
just
not, you know.
he just looked at me and called me fat. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you. Here, I'm just gonna beat the shit out of you.
Well, now you have a fat lip, bitch.
Yep. So that was
I hate
that was the end
people.
of that.
I hate. I just don't. Like, I know that there's like that conversation where it's like, oh, you know, kids that act like that, you know, they have a certain home life and blah blah. You know what? Can we all agree that sometimes kids
Oh.
are just fucking dicks?
No, I met some kids in that church school. They had a great fucking home life. Their life was perfectly fine. They were
Yeah.
just see you next Tuesdays.
Yep.
Even
That's
as
it.
adults, see
Yep.
you next Tuesdays.
Yeah. Yep. It's
Like,
just
no,
it's people just want to find an excuse for bad behavior, and like, you know what? Sometimes bad behavior is just fucking bad behavior.
yep. And
Sometimes
they
it's
learned
just
it from their
your
parents.
kid's a jerk. Your kid, yeah, and it's just like you can't just walk around talking to people however you want and treating people however you want, and if you and not expect consequences. If you want to do that, that's your business, but expect consequences.
Yep.
You let that little shit learn a hard lesson that day.
Yep.
And I bet you he still thinks about that to this day.
I don't
And
know if I
that's
was
the
that
point.
memorable, but
That's the
I'm pretty sure that was
the
the
point
first time
is,
he ever got hit.
listen, if I was picking on somebody and somebody bopped me in my face, I would never forget it. And I would
It's not only
never act
that,
like that again. Because you knock
he
some
got
sense
hit
into
by
some
the
people.
short, fat, new girl in front of all of his buddies on the front stoop of that middle school.
You embarrassed the hell out of him. Stoop kids afraid to leave a stoop. That literally is what I did.
Oh my god. That's
Oh my god, I
awesome.
can't remember algebra, but I can remember some shit from Hey Arnold.
Yeah, that is so awesome. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I haven't experienced things like that really with the kids yet, to be honest with you. On either ends. Like if I ever found out my kids were doing something, oh, they know it too. They know it. But you know, we roast. We roast in this house. We're a roasting household, but we're a respectful household. Like we don't talk about the way people look, and we don't talk about things that people can't help, like any kind of medical issues, or you know, the way someone speaks or things like that kind of stuff. You don't touch, you don't talk about things like that.
no.
So I mean, I'm hoping that I'm doing my part to not raise children, you know. And I get when kids are kids and they don't understand something, and like they make a comment or they ask a question, and like they're not trying to be offensive. So we try to like answer the questions, and we try to like have the conversation so that when they're on their own, they can handle that kind of stuff appropriately and just chalk it up to knowing that everyone's different. And sometimes it's how someone looks, or it's how someone talks, or whatever it is, you know. And but God, I would rue the day that my kids get picked on. I hope they don't. Sydney's got buck teeth and ears like her mama. I know she won't get picked on. I know it's gonna happen. And I mean, I can just hope that I've raised a child that can defend herself and also come tell me so I can find that kid's mother.
Yep. Damn kids. Sitting here trying to
Damn kids.
multitask, and kids going off having lives of their own with their friends, and at least not committing any felonies. That's all I can hope for.
Losers.
Speaking of kids,
That's true.
they had on the verses of self-defense versus retaliation. I was going to use Zane's example or situation again. Oh my god, I'm absolutely full of it. Whew. At least I'm not full of it. It's coming out now. But no, it on the
Hell yeah.
because I told you, we kind of touched on it last week where it was, what Zane did for anybody who listened last week, or if it was the week before. I can't remember. I'm getting so old. Losing my mind. My son, was getting picked on at school, and he has been picked on relentlessly. And even after this particular situation happened, he's still getting picked on and bullied by the same kids. And the teachers are seeing it happen. They're watching it happen, but they're not calling out these little shitbirds while they're picking on my son. Yet the one time my son retaliated because it didn't happen in the moment where you would call it self-defense. Technically, it was retaliation. They called him out on that shit because the little boy fucking pussy whipped and whined. Just a tiny burn. Get the fuck over it.
Little bitch.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Jesus,
and it was your hand. What are you going to do with it?
Obviously, he's not doing his homework. So he don't need that fucking hand. You got two of them.
He's not learning lessons.
In more ways than one.
Yeah. Become ambidextrous. Learn a skill.
Yeah, that word sounded right.
Keeping your mouth shut's a skill.
Yes. That not many people know.
Ambidextrous is when you can use both hands.
I couldn't remember if there was an I in there, or like a second I in there or not. Ambidextrous?
Oh, it might be ambidextrous.
Okay.
It might be ambidextrous, not ambidextrous.
Either way, it sounds right.
I might have said it wrong. But I am that. I can use both hands.
And that's why we stay married for so long.
For many things.
That's why we hold that shit down.
Ew.
So, ka-chow, ka-chow. Anywho, so my son decided after quite a while of getting picked on at school that he was going to take the opportunity in science class while this kid was picking on him, but then I guess had stopped for a while that day. He had duct tape. He had a hot glue gun. And he had this little dickwad over there. So he took the duct tape, wrapped it around his hand, took the hot glue gun, put a big wad of the hot glue in his hand, went over to little shitbird and said, "Give me a high five." I'm a bitch. And then 3-day suspension happened.
I really doubt it hurt that bad. It's just fucking hot glue.
He didn't even need to go to the hospital, okay? Okay? If he had to go to the hospital,
he didn't learn his damn lesson.
He didn't even have to go home. I highly doubt they even called his parents because they're not calling any of us for shit. Either way.
Yeah.
Technically, it was retaliation. I got onto my child before anyone jumps down my fucking throat. He was punished. Lost his fucking electronics. Couldn't go anywhere. I made him do like 3 weeks worth of fucking math online in just 3 days. He fucking hated me the whole weekend.
So who really got punished at the end of the day?
I fucking did. He didn't get to go trick-or-treating.
Exactly.
For the first time in his life. You would have thought he died.
I mean, I'd be upset too, so I get it. I feel like I'm such a between like a rock and a hard place on that kind of situation because again, I feel like it's easy for me to say on this side of things how I would have done it versus, how someone else would have done it. And not that I would have done anything differently, but I have such a hard time, like, after, like, knowing Zane, I have such a hard time being like, oh yeah, he totally deserved to get punished because he didn't deserve to get treated like that. You know what I mean?
You know, there was
And
another
but
half
he has to
to it.
learn a lesson.
So if it hadn't have been like, if that was
Yeah,
the only reason why he had been suspended, so he also
of course.
he technically has like a little habit of shutting down the whole school's computer system and like hacking into shit, and it's also like his fifth fucking time doing it. So for context purposes, this was also included in the suspension. So that's not the only reason why he was
Yes.
punished. But
Yes.
it wouldn't have been such
That
a
side of it.
severe punishment on my end if he had done it like in the moment, like if these kids were actively picking on him in the moment and he did it for self-defense, if it was very clearly self-defense, I'd have been like, fuck these kids. Connect me to his
Right.
motherfucking mom right now. Why isn't she up here? You know, let me and her
Exactly.
duke the fuck out. I may lose, but I'm gonna go down
Yeah.
fucking swinging. You know, I'm not as tough as I was
But
whenever I was 21, but I'm gonna make you
you know,
remember
but
me.
you're part bionic, so I feel like you could definitely take someone down.
I got a thick ass leg
Respectfully.
though. It takes a lot for me to pick it up and swing it. I didn't have the boot then, so it was
Well,
a lot of
that'll
work.
have to kick someone's ass even harder is that boot. I don't know, I
A
feel
lot
like,
to pick
yeah,
up.
the other side of it definitely, like, I get that for sure. The strict side of like the bullying side of it, like him getting picked on. I mean, you know what, kid, next time react in the moment.
That's
Next
what I
time
told
react in
him.
the moment. Don't sit on it, don't think on it, just react in the moment. If you gotta swing, swing. You know, and
Yep.
it's kids gotta learn. And I don't mean your son. I mean the kids picking on him. They gotta learn
So
at some
we're
point.
fucking
And
triggered.
obviously the hot glue gun didn't send a clear enough message. So
Nope, because they just
it
turned right
obviously
around
didn't
and
hurt
fucking
that bad.
did it. And then he said, "Is this
So
retaliation because I got him for the hot glue gun?" I said, "You know what? If it is, second they touch you, beat that ass.
yep.
Don't throw the first punch,
Yep.
throw the fucking last punch. Mom has got your back.
Yep.
It just
Yep.
100% got your damn back." And
I know
then
he can come up with some things to say.
he
Get him to
can.
hate you. Like,
It may sound weird, like in some of those movies where it's like, you know what? I just piss on your toilet.
yeah.
You know what? Piss on your toilet too,
And
bitch.
they'll be so confused they'll get mad and swing. Swing, ho.
Why don't you
I
just
say what you said, so I'm mad.
why don't you just go fuck a junk hole?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll get right the fuck on that.
Why don't you go scrape your tongue? I don't know. There's some off the wall friggin' shit that doesn't make any sense. That's how I like to argue. I like to just like not make sense and just like go off the beaten path. Like I can call anyone a bitch. I can make your mama jokes. That's fine. It's like the movie Superstar where she's like, why don't you go drink a bottle of yourself? That's the kind of arguments I like to have.
Why don't you just floss my cootie?
Who you calling a Katie Queen? Liquor.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's my kind of arguments right there. That's the way I like to get down. That's the way I like to get down. That's why I don't argue with people.
Well, I wish we made shirts.
I know. You know what? It's never too late to pick up a new side hustle. Okay? It's never too late to pick
Oh
up
my
a
god,
new side hustle.
we would have the most kick-ass Shopify ever.
It's true. It's true. Maybe I'll get crafty and get a Cricut and do some things. Who knows?
Fuck, I have a Cricut and
Who
I don't know how to use
knows?
it. I'll send it to you.
Okay. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out how to use it. I'm in
That
groups
fucking
apparently for
out of like the 5 Hawk Tuah stickers that turned out okay. Do you realize I made like 30 of those and most of them did?
I got one of the good ones. Oh, I know.
Oh
I got one of the good ones.
my god. And then you have
We say some unhinged stuff.
yeah. And then you
We
have
really do.
my other child.
The star of the show.
Yeah.
Hot topic of the hour.
She definitely, after we went through our bullying stories and then I told mine again, she got it from me. It just, but she didn't hit the kid.
She didn't.
Nope. She, and then again, how the fuck do you break a bike lock that's locked?
That's impressive. That's
Like
some really,
that-
like, that's impressive strength.
That took,
I'd have a hard time punishing her. That took rage. See, from one rager to another, that took rage. She really thought about that. She was like, I'm not going to hit you because I'm going to get in trouble in a big way. And you'll get over it. What would really piss you off? Oh, you rode your bike to school today? Great. Now you have to, and see, now you inconvenience the parents because now the parents got to go get another bike lock. And it's like a gotta go to the store today kind of thing if you want to ride your bike to school, which is probably more of a convenience for the parent. So, like, she inconvenienced everyone. She's a freaking mad scientist. She is an evil genius. She is Megamind. I am here for it.
which is
I
awful
support
because
her.
they know that we're the kind of parents where if they messaged us,
Yeah.
I would have immediately bought one on Amazon.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I'm that scary.
I don't think, I think you're a little bit
Haven't
scary.
messaged us. They haven't called. Hey guys.
Special guest saying goodnight. Good night.
Mwah.
Love you. Good night.
Mwah. Good night,
Love
babies. Love you.
Love you. They said love you.
They're the angels this week.
Sorry.
Yeah, not my children. So
Knock on wood.
basically,
I think they're still angels. I think your children are still angels. They are
you are.
victims of circumstance. And like, it's not cool the way that people want to treat them. And you know, at the end of the day, like, it's a lesson that they have to learn, and I get that, but maybe the lesson is don't fuck with these kids. I mean,
They definitely know that about Via now. So just to give some context to the listeners, my 9-year-old, she has been getting picked on constantly. Like they've been talking shit about her. They have been flipping her off. And these are little kids, like 4th and 5th grade and 6th grade kids. Mine's the 4th grader. And super, super sweet, super, super lovable. But I swear to God, if this 9-year-old does not start her fucking period early, oh my God, this child, woo! She's been having some anger. She reminds me, not to be too cliche, she reminds me of Adam Sandler's character in Anger Management, where he would just walk around and shit would happen, and then just all of a sudden he's like, "What the fuck?" Just that's her.
I respect that. I respect that.
She's happy and she's so lovable, and then you just look at her wrong, and you're like, "What's wrong?" I didn't say anything was wrong. You're like, okay. I think you should go down. Do you need to go take a nap? I didn't say I was tired. All right, kid. Fuck you. Go to your room. Mommy loves you. But, you know, just go.
Mommy loves you, but she's a little scared of you right now, so bye-bye.
Like, next step, pea soup's going to come flying out. I don't know. Just, they're going to make a movie about you someday. Charlie Hunnam's probably going to star in it. I don't know. So,
goals.
yeah, that's going to be another one of them seasons in the monsters. But so she went to school, she left, and she was fine. It was after a discussion that's about to come up. And she got up to school. These kids were giving her shit again. And I think they walked inside, and instead of following and hitting the child who was causing the most shit, she kicked the bike. And I guess it felt good because she did it again. And this locked bike lock just snapped. So,
Listen, actions have consequences. I mean, and I'm not, it's such a rock, literally a rock and a hard place because, she is very much aware and has been raised appropriately to know that you don't put your hands on other people's things, you don't trash their belongings, you don't break stuff that belongs to someone else, obviously. But
yeah.
she handled it better than a lot of other kids or even adults would have done. And it sucks because it's not a matter of condoning that kind of behavior, but also what the fuck is a kid supposed to do? They're still learning. I mean, for fuck's sake, us as adults are still learning how to handle, our emotions and how to but we can medicate. She can't. She's 9. She can't go friggin' Papa's Annie, you know what I mean? She just can't do that, or she can't crack open a White Claw, I mean, that'd be frowned upon or something. But, she's trying to regulate those emotions and learn how to deal with these things. And
you just gave her daily outlook the perfect thing. She comes home most days from school, and she has that look when she gets home, and she plops down on the couch, and she has the look that Al Bundy has every day whenever he got home from work on Married with Children, of just
nope. I know exactly the one.
Yep.
She's like, I can't crack open a White Claw, but man, I could eat a pint of ice cream right now. And it's just I mean, there are so many worse things I feel like she could have done, and honestly, I almost feel like one of the worst things on that list could have been just to ignore it again, and she's been putting up with it and been ignoring it, and it's maybe now those kids won't mess with her anymore.
Yep. Hopefully.
Next time it's your face, kid. It's such a rock and a hard place because I know I'd be pissed if my kids broke someone else's something. I'd be like, what? What do you mean you broke somebody else's something? But the context I think is important in this situation. And I mean, for fuck's sake, maybe they don't even know what happened. They just came out and the bike lock was broken. So maybe they didn't know she did anything. Because they haven't contacted you.
So they decided to follow the boys home, and they were just giving the boys, my son and his friend, all kinds of shit. So one of the moms comes out, one of the boys' moms steps outside and basically told the kids, fuck off. I've had enough of your shit too. Yep. And that's when the kids finally left them all alone. Yep. If one of us moms got to come up, I'll whoop your ass. You haven't had your ass spanked in a long time. I have no problem coming up and doing it.
Yep. You haven't had your ass spanked enough, and it shows. Listen, I'm here for a spank of a child because I was spanked as a child. I'm a pretty functioning adult most days, but I know how to fucking respect other people. I know how not to act. And I mean, if I got in trouble as a child, you've met my parents. They are not above the spank. And people don't spank anymore, and it shows. And they need to go back to spanking, in my opinion. No, none of this gentle parenting bullshit, because it's not working. These are products of gentle parenting. Is the children that your children are experiencing, and no doubt mine will experience at some point as well. And that's the result of a gentle parent.
Well, these kids
And
are the
it might
result
work
of an
for some people, but
absent and ignoring parent and a super alcoholic parent.
yeah.
And that's coming from
Yeah,
one who's
well,
sitting
yeah, that
here
too. And I feel like,
drinking fermented water. But it's 7:00, so I can fucking do it.
yeah, and you're not parenting right now, you're podcasting right now. There's a difference.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
a
sitting here
difference.
bitching about parenting and teachers.
Yeah. Hey, one of my friends joined the live.
Say hi. I just
Kayla.
wave. I
Hi,
look like I'm a
Kayla.
crazy person because I'm just waving and no one watching the podcast. Whenever we upload, it's gonna know who I'm waving at.
I know you can't see me, so, and I think they can maybe hear me, maybe,
Yeah, they can hear you.
maybe. I think my audio's on.
You're
Yeah.
not just the conscience in my Pinocchio head right now. So.
Hell yeah. Heck yeah.
The Alien movie with Adam Sandler. There's an Alien movie.
Oh, I know what she's
Oh,
talking about.
Pixels.
Isn't I haven't watched it yet,
You haven't seen Pixels?
but it's supposed to be really good. Shannon wants to watch it.
Oh my God, we've seen it like a gajillion
Pixels.
times.
I don't think that's the one she's talking about.
Oh, I was gonna say that's the video game
There's
Alien
a new movie that just
that
came out.
came down.
Yeah, I've seen
There's a
that
new
one.
Adam Sandler
Yeah,
movie.
I've seen that. But I think it's one that just came out, like maybe within like the last year or less, I think. If that's
Oh
the
my
one
God,
that
I
she's
hope it's
talking
not the
about.
astronaut movie. That one fucked me up.
It might be the astronaut movie.
Oh
It might
God,
be.
I can't
It
stand
could
it
be.
whenever he tries and do
Shannon's
something
always like telling
serious.
me to watch movies, and I'm like, ah.
Unless it's Hustle. He did a movie called Hustle. That one was pretty good, and it was kind of a serious movie, but he still made jokes in it, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
So that one was pretty good.
Are you gonna? I.
Oh, you want me to tell the teacher story?
I'm ready for us to talk some shit.
Okay, well,
I'm so ready to talk shit about an adult. Yes.
Okay. So one of the inspirations, other than the whole fact of teachers fucking seeing shit and not doing shit about it, one of the inspirations, and no, we are not saying names. I don't care how many people and friends want us to say the names because I ain't getting fucking sued. We broke. We can't get sued. I ain't got lawyer money. I'm past the lawyer money shit. So Via had
really want to, but we won't.
This is one of the things that also led into my daughter's spectacular morning of the bike thing was the NDA. I love that. Kayla said that oh my God, we probably should do an NDA. We should make each other sign an NDA.
We used to work together. Kayla and I worked together. And we definitely had to sign. We had to sign.
Should we make each other sign
we
an
worked together in
NDA?
our offices when I first moved to Georgia.
Ooh.
No, that's no fun.
Does it? Wait, what was the
Maybe we should.
I want to know. I want to know what you can't talk about. What was it? Just what?
I don't
like
think
what went on in
I
people's
think we
mouths?
can.
You can't talk about what people did with their mouth.
Not necessarily. You heard me earlier make a comment about scraping tongues, and I'm just kidding. No, we had to sign something when we went on. When we worked for this dental office, because this lady was like a freak, and she was technically our boss, and we had to sign basically something like not to talk about like anything to do with like the office, not specifically patients, but nothing to do with like the office, and yeah.
We had a
We
little
had to
boo
sign.
thing.
I almost feel like we could talk about it because we don't work there anymore, but I would have to look at the legalities of that.
Oh.
Kayla didn't give a fuck. Kayla will talk about whatever she got to talk about. She don't care.
Goodness gracious. Hold on. I have to respond to this.
Was I drunk when you made me sign it, Kayla? I didn't remember.
Okay, so I'll get on with the story while we're still doing the podcast before we pause the podcast. So my daughter, she's getting ready for school, and while she's getting ready, she has, like all of our kids do have, all kids have their favorite clothes, and they're not always going to be the brand new clothes that we get them before school. They're not always going to be the most fantastic things that, you spend all the money on, and it's just bullshit. Somehow their favorite clothes are going to be the ratty ones, the holy ones, the ones with the stains on them, the ones that you're never going to let them wear to church or to get the family photos taken in and all that shit. So my daughter has a sweatshirt, and it's black and white, and she loves to paint. We're big painters. We love woodworking. We love all that shit. And so her favorite sweatshirt has some paint stains on it that I don't give a shit who you are. That stuff's not coming out. It's not coming out at all. And so she has been wearing it to school. She loves it. And the other thing is, and I just thought about this, she's worn it a million times. It may just be like nearing the end of November.
I would imagine it wouldn't be the first time.
Dozens of times. So
yeah.
Why now?
Yeah.
Like, is it just the first time that she's walked up to the teacher's desk in it? Did the teacher just have like a bug up her ass? I don't fucking know. So she walks up to the teacher's desk, and she's handing her homework or showing the teacher her paper, something like that. And I've now told this story so many fucking times. She gives the teacher her paper, and the teacher looks down at her and called my daughter dirty. And told her, had made a comment about the stains on her sweatshirt, and told her that I, as her mom, needed to do a better job at removing stains from her clothes. And my daughter, she's telling me this, and my daughter felt worse about the comment that was made about me rather than the fact that she got called dirty. Because, like what you and I had talked about, whenever you made the comment, our kids love us. They love their dads, but they also love us, and they see the work that we put in as moms. And because they love us so much, if somebody criticizes us, they're going to have our backs.
That's that.
And she was pissed. And I could not believe that somebody would make a comment, a grown woman would make a comment about my child's clothes to my child. And the story was so unbelievable. She could not, I know when she's lying. She's got the worst tell-all. And all I have to do, if I feel like my kids are lying, all I have to do is look at them and say, okay, you told me that. Now tell me the truth. And they crack. Worse than any Law and Order SVU scene or any of that shit. They crack like a saltine. So I looked at her, I said, okay, do you want to tell me now what really happened? And she looked at me and she goes, Mom, I swear, that's exactly what happened.
And you could tell by her demeanor, like the whole like leading up to that conversation, like to her actually telling you what happened, like you telling me like how her demeanor was, like you knew that something was off about it.
Yep.
And she's not a child that I would call sensitive. You know what I mean? And so for her to get her feelings, you know, in an uproar over like, you know, her dad poking like fun at her a little bit and like, you know, you guys like you can't take pickles with you to school, so you got to wash the sweater because
yep.
kitty cat hair. Like
I should have
she wouldn't
started
get
off with that.
overtly like upset. Yeah, she wouldn't get like upset about little things like that if there wasn't something wrong. So like you like it sounded such like you could like you were in disbelief that that would have happened. So to ask her like to make sure that she's really telling the truth, like I get that. I would do the same thing. But like you know with her mannerisms that you know to your core like that is what happened because it's not like she came home fine and was fine, everything was fine, and then out of the clear blue sky, like Walker does, they'll be like, oh, by the way, this girl in my class twisted my arm today and I cried. Casual, you know what I mean? And like she was upset, like you knew something was wrong. So obviously it was enough for her to be like that, to act like that when she's always smiling and you know trying to convince people to do crazy makeup and you know she's just loud and friendly and just you know charismatic. Mm-hmm. Microphone. I think something happened with your microphone. I can hear you on TikTok, but I can no longer hear you. Good now.
You can hear me now?
I can hear you now, yes.
I thought the Twilight Zone sound came from you.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
That was
I'll
really
repeat
weird.
that. It was like,
I heard, like, I turned my volume up, like, on my phone because otherwise I echo with, like, the TikTok. So I turned my volume down, and when I saw your lips flapping, but no sound was coming out, I turned that up, and I could hear the same thing,
oh
and I was
shit.
like, what's going on?
Like, dang.
Oh, so weird.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Luckily,
See,
I had
senorita, I
you.
can hear you now.
I had multiple backups.
Tiny little microphone.
I had 3. One in case this one doesn't work. Another one in case that little one doesn't work. So I have multiples just in case. I thought of a plan A,
Stay,
a plan B, and a
stay
plan
strapped.
C. Boom. Mic drop.
Beautiful. So you'll have to repeat that because I did not hear. Literally, my job. I did not hear what you were saying before the Twilight music happened. Not
I was gonna
Twilight
say,
like
you can
Vampire
hear me
Twilight,
now, right?
Twilight Zone Twilight.
Check,
Gotta be
check.
specific.
Wickety, wickety, whack.
Roger, Steve, I gotcha. I
It
can
is.
hear ya.
It's got to be on the top 5 at least worst things I've ever heard a teacher say to a child. Fuck that bitch. Boom. There we go.
Fuck that bitch.
Fucking new guy.
I don't know what kind of fucked up person. Fucking new guy. I don't know what kind of fucked up person you have to be to say something like that, like to a child. But she should be like medicated or something. Like a 24-hour psych hold, grippy sock vacation. I don't know. Like,
That sounds so nice. It's been a while.
It does. I almost feel like it's too good for her. It's too good for her. She doesn't deserve
It's been
it.
a while.
But I'm like, you're a teacher, bro. Like,
and
one of these are gonna have to do like a karaoke.
Boy, I could box some Sheryl Crow. I sang the same picture song every single week whenever I bartended. Because I kept saying, oh, the bartender has to participate. I did. It was the only song that I was confident that I was good at. I sang it every single fucking week. Yep.
I would sing Colt 45 if I was going to be put in a karaoke situation that I didn't want to be in. You can ask Kayla, because I definitely karaoke'd that at our office Christmas party a few years ago.
Ooh. I found, okay, totally getting off topic now. Sorry guys, we gotta change the topic. That bitch, I've talked more about that bitch and her damn so much this week. Oh my God. So,
listen, if you opened yourself up to get roasted by a 9-year-old,
oh,
saying,
my daughter would kill it if Kevin Hart let her have that damn mic on the fucking roast.
Yep.
I told her to speak freely because she was tearing up. That child almost made me shit my pants. Mm-hmm. I am not laying out the jokes on the fucking podcast. And believe me, we say a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But I have already shit 3 times waiting for you to come on, and I will probably shit in this chair if I say them again.
We need to get you one of those like potty chairs, so like you can multitask.
My daughter, she definitely has my husband and I for parents. That child is never, she's gonna get canceled. The way people are getting so sensitive nowadays, she's gonna get canceled. My child could not handle social media.
Yeah.
She will get canceled so fucking fast. She's not racist. She's not sexist. She doesn't go after anybody for any reason that is harsh. But you say something about her, she is going to tear your ass down. You say one thing about her, she's coming at you with 20.
Yep.
Whew.
Her mom, her dad, brother.
Yeah.
You say something sideways like that, she's not going to have it.
You remember those circles back in the day of, yo, mama's so fat? And just the kids going around, and they just got worse and worse. My daughter would have nailed that shit. Oh my God. She would have.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she would have. She definitely would have. Damn. I'm impressed. And terrified. But mostly impressed.
I think your phone is too close to your mic, because Kayla says you are echoing. Echo, echo, echo.
Maybe Kayla's echoing. I'm just kidding.
Damn. Come at her.
It was definitely. I love her.
Damn, Kayla, you think you're making stories. Give me some shit. No, don't really, because I'm already producing enough of it. No, it's not you. She's the problem.
It is. I'm always the problem. I stayed a problem.
Oh Lord,
Oh
we're
my
both the
God.
problem. It's okay. Don't feel bad.
Something's wrong.
I'm going to the school's Thanksgiving dinner.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Both my husband and I. Yeah,
That's the
Via
energy
came
I'm talking
in,
about.
so the school didn't send out the forms. Either that or they just didn't give them to my kids.
You're like, we don't we don't we don't need y'all there.
Well, so then Via went to school yesterday and pointed out to her teacher that she did not receive them. So her teacher emailed them to me.
Damn right you did.
I immediately
No, I
filled them
think
out.
I know that you're tired of talking about it because you've talked about it like so many times over this, but I do think the one final thing that's very important in this story is that you sent your email. Very
Oh, yep.
respectful, very
Very
mindful,
demure.
demure email outlining the situation.
Oh,
And
but yeah, she did. She called me instead of emailing me back. Maybe she didn't want a paper trail. I don't fucking know. So she called me
that's
back
definitely what it was.
and she tried to tell me that it had first she wanted to know what my daughter said. Then she tried acting, her words were, I asked your daughter about a sweatshirt. And then she tried saying that my daughter said, what sweatshirt? But it was just a handful of hours ago.
Mm-mm.
She said, oh, that sweatshirt incident. Okay.
Because there were so many to keep up with.
So then she said, well, you know how your daughter has all these little things, like Bianca has all these little things at her desk that she likes to draw with and stuff. And she came up to the desk and she had some little marks on her sweater and stuff. I said, paint. She got paint at her desk? No, well, she has markers and stuff. If you're listening right now, please feel free to comment. Can you tell the difference between a marker mark and a giant glob of paint that has dried?
Pick me.
Yep.
Choose me.
Okay. Then she says, I just asked her if she. Kayla said, yeah. Okay.
If Kayla said yes, yeah. That's a
Yeah.
wrap.
Uh huh. Yes. That's what Kayla said. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
So she then says, I just asked if she had just done that to herself. And I said, so you asked her about the stain on her shirt. Did you use the word stain? No, ma'am, I did not. Okay. 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 And I would just like you to know that I would never say anything like that to a child. I said, okay, well, I'm going to side with my child on this because, she's never had a teacher have any kind of an issue with her. Nothing like this has ever happened before. And my child really does not have a track record of lying with me. I know my child pretty well. So I've now heard your side of it. And I appreciate you calling me and discussing this with me. So we're just going to leave it at that. She then says, oh, well, you don't think Bianca lies. Okay, well, how about you come up and you talk to the PTO leader who she accused of not giving her popcorn when she paid for it. Okay, this is the fucking game we go and play. All right. I have sent my daughter to school twice with money, and she has come home with popcorn twice. Oh, well, this was on October 31st. I said, on Halloween, when she came home with popcorn? Yes, ma'am. So if she didn't pay for it, why'd she come home with popcorn? Well, like I said, I just think you should know that she just
No,
may
what
not be as
exactly?
truthful. Like I said, okay, well, I'm gonna side with my daughter for the future. Any comments you have to make about my daughter's appearance, please make it to me. She's happy, she's healthy, she's clean, and we're just gonna leave it at that. I appreciate you calling and discussing it with me. Thank you.
And get fucked and stay fucked.
Go get pegged.
Like
Just,
it was like she
I'm.
it was like she wanted to make you feel stupid, but
It's. I've
she
sent
just
her with
heightened
money
her
twice.
own
She's come
stupidity.
home with it twice. She came home with it on Halloween. It's. I mean, what did this child jump a damn kid in the parking lot for their fucking popcorn?
Bitch, maybe.
I
She out here
really
breaking
don't
bike
think that's
locks and
what
shit.
it
She love her a popcorn. I've seen her eat snacks.
is.
Maybe she did. I mean, according to the teacher, anything's possible because she didn't pay for it. Now
I'm
you're
like,
here telling me my kid steals? Okay.
if you got these many fucking problems, then if my child is now a pathological fucking liar, why the fuck aren't you emailing me?
Yeah, where has the communication of this been if this has been an issue over and over? Like that's the
I
thing is
mean,
like I
it's
could
not
see
until
if it
I
was like a
email
repetitive
you.
problem, but
Yeah, it's not until I confront you about something that suddenly she's become a liar and there's a
right,
track record.
right.
Just because you're an adult and she tried telling me, I guarantee you this bitch ain't much older than me. She tried telling me, ma'am, I have been teaching for years and some of my students are in their 30s. Like, I'm pretty sure you're barely over 40.
What is it?
Like, I don't think you're that old. At most, you're 50. At
Yeah. But
most.
also like just because just because you've been teaching for years doesn't mean you also haven't been a piece of shit for years. Just saying.
It's like, so are you counting
Just saying.
preschoolers that you
Because
taught?
most children
Because, like, if you
like
taught
most
preschoolers,
children I
bitch, they were
feel
lying about picking their fucking nose. Are you using that as your judgment?
yeah, most I feel like most children wouldn't come home and tell their parents something like that because like Walker, for example, by the time the motherfucker gets off the bus, he done forgot what he had for lunch. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I feel like a teacher like that is banking on the fact that these are elementary kids, they're little kids. They're either not credible because they probably do be out here lying, or they forget by the time they get home, or given the fact that these are military children, the household could be different because a parent's not there, or you know what I mean. We talked about that earlier where the household, it runs differently because a parent is deployed or a parent is not home or whatever the case may be, and maybe that kid doesn't get as much attention, and like they're banking on shit like that. And it's just like, just because you have been teaching for X amount of years doesn't mean that you're any less of a piece of shit based on that tiny little tidbit of information. I know all I need to know about you based off of this one interaction between you, the adult, and via the child. Like that one interaction lets me know everything I need to know about you, and I'm good. I don't need to know anything else about you. And the last bit of time between her being Via's teacher and y'all leaving can't come soon enough. Like, let's make the
Yep.
time like pass faster.
She should be more thankful that she only
It's
has us for a little over a month. She should
yeah.
be more happy about that, because if she had me to deal with for the rest of the year, she better be trying to switch classes. Not my daughter.
She'd retire.
Because I'm an attentive parent, but I'm also a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm like we talked about, like my child is not perfect. I get it. Like there's mistakes, there's bad behavior. Like it's not a matter of you thinking that Via's perfect and she's never misbehaving and she's never lied about something. That's not the situation here. This is a totally different situation, and the fact that she felt comfortable enough to say that to a 9-year-old, that's disgusting. That's gross behavior. And I wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't even say that to my own kid. If my own kid came out with like stained clothes, I'd be like, "Yo, what are you wearing? Go change." You know what I mean? But also,
Mhm.
like, I'm the one doing the laundry, so like I know if there's something on your shirt, I've washed it. You know what I mean? And I just it's gross. Like to make that comment, like, "Oh, does your mom not know how to do laundry?" I'm about to take you out in the river and wash you right now. I'm gonna
Yep.
waterboard. The old thing, not waterboard. Oh my god, that's an actual problem. The old like laundry things where you like,
The
scrub.
yeah,
I don't know what they're
washboards.
called.
Washboards. You only
Washboard.
a couple letters
That's what
different.
they're both make sense in the situation. Hey,
I'm sure our great
yeah, you're
great
about to get
grandmas
taken
called it that.
outside and probably. But
I
it's
was
just like
thinking that, but
I'll
you
send
said
you out
it.
laundry. Said it. I mean, should we collectively like get a laundry basket for Via to take to school once a week and have her teacher do laundry since she's better at it? I mean, I can send some laundry her way. Can we all
Dude,
like
I do
contribute to
like
this?
12 fucking loads of laundry every week, if not more.
Seriously.
Like,
And I have been in your presence when you're like, go take a shower, go do this, the robot vacuum's cleaning. Like, it's like your house is very clean, your children are clean, your laundry's clean. Like, what the fuck? These are
fucking
kids,
chore
first
to
of
keep
all.
everyone clean, but I'm doing it.
But it's getting done. And it's like, I could literally get Walker a brand new shirt and guarantee there would be a stain on it by the time he came home from school that same day. Guarantee you. Sydney
Yep.
likes to crawl around on the ground and play. I could get her a brand new pair of leggings and there'd be a hole in it by the end of the day. You know what? They're freaking kids, man. They're gonna get stained. They're gonna get messy. They're gonna get whatever. But did you really feel like it was necessary? Like it's not like it was for like a health reason, because if it was for a concern for the child, you wouldn't have said it to the child. You would have maybe contacted the principal or something if you felt like there was a problem in the household where something might have been off, or like you thought that there was something wrong with the child or something like that. You don't say it to the fucking kid. You
Nope.
say it to the fucking administration. You know what I mean? There's a protocol for shit like that. You don't just freaking willy-nilly start commenting on the way a kid looks. It's gross. Gross behavior.
Go get pegged.
She's gross. We don't like her. Get pegged.
Bitches be tripping.
Bitches get
All right. Well, you about ready to do our screenshots?
Yeah. Let me
Okay. Well,
me and my 1% phone.
all right. So, do you want me to go with one first?
Yes. You
Okay.
first, darling.
So this was, I keep looking down at my tits, checking my mic.
Hell yeah.
This was in the group that you left because you moved.
Womp, womp, womp.
So this was in one of the spouse groups. This wasn't in the After Dark.
Okay.
Can we all agree to tell our kids who know about Santa not to be going around and telling other kids? I want the magic to live on as long as it can, because I know it won't be long, but I'm already having to try and convince my 5-year-old Santa is real because some girl told him he isn't. It's too young for him to know. And then I saved 2 comments from it.
Oh, do tell. I'm just
Y'all lie
ruthless.
to y'all lie to yourselves and others every day, but Santa is where you draw the line. Make it make sense. Hope you find a solution, Mama. I'm sorry you like to lie to your kid. Sorry that's harsh, but I'm dealing with the opposite over here. We tell our 6-year-old Santa is not real, and she's trying to convince us that he is.
That's hilarious. Both of those comments, gold. Oh my God. First comment was everything.
Yep.
You're lying to yourselves every day. Santa's crossing a line. Wow.
Okay, so I get it
Savage.
because my oldest, she's 16, she's turning 17 in a few weeks. When she stopped, we told her, we confirmed it, but we told her, just please don't ruin it for your brother and sister. She understood. And I also told her, I said, look, don't go telling other kids because you don't know if they stop believing or not. And you don't
Right.
want to ruin it for another little kid.
Yep.
She completely understood. It's going to be the same for the others. When they inevitably stop, it's going to be, look, just don't go ruin it for other kids. But my kids also aren't assholes.
Yeah.
They're assholes to me most of the time.
Right.
They're not assholes
Context
to
is
others.
important. Exactly. I
So,
feel like when the time comes that it inevitably will come where that is outed, I feel like we'll probably handle it in the sense of like Trick or Treat, right? We've all seen Trick or Treat. We love the movie. So I feel like we'll kind of handle it like that almost, which is kind of like how my parents did. It's not necessarily that it's a person, but it's more like the spirit of the holiday. So it's less of like an actual real life living breathing somebody that creeps down your fucking chimney, but more of like it's the spirit of the holiday. And that's pretty much like how like we kind of still do it to this day. Like we don't necessarily say it's like some fat dude that like gets down your chimney or anything, but it's more like the spirit of the holiday. And it's Santa, and like as long as you huh
another parent had that in one of those comments. They said the
yeah
same thing, that they've
yeah
never really taught that Santa was chunky dude coming down the chimney, but
person
they told the
specifically.
original story of where he came from and things like that. Now, I'm the weird
And
parent.
like some people believe it, some don't.
I never got to believe in Santa because,
Hmm.
crazy religious people. So when I
Yeah.
started having kids, that's why, like, Easter, I go nuts.
Hmm.
Joey
Yeah.
gets on to me all the time because I buy and put together huge Easter baskets. Valentine's Day, I go crazy with chocolate and
Yeah.
shit. Halloween, my favorite thing to do is hand out candy because never got to go trick or treating.
Hmm.
One
Yeah.
time whenever I was 4.
Yeah.
Christmas,
We go.
I
We
like to
just
go
go crazy
fucking
with all the
ballistic.
holidays.
And it was because I didn't get to
You
do
know.
that shit anytime I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I go fucking nuts. So my kids are going to be 30, 40 years old. I'll be like, what do you want Santa to bring you?
Yeah, and I
They're
feel like
going
so
to
when the
tap me
kids
and
are
be
like
like,
little,
Mom, fucking
little,
stop.
yeah, like when the kids are little, like Maverick's age and older, like that was always the way it was. Santa came. We did like the little boot prints with the fake snow, and like we did that. But as they've gotten older, it's just kind of naturally progressed into like it's more like the spirit of things versus like a person necessarily. But still, like we do the tracker, and like it's like that. Like we still make it special, I'm never gonna not I like not never, but I'm not gonna like ruin that for them, necessarily and be like, oh, it was all a hoax, it was all a lie, I lied to you your whole life, but like when we're discussing it outside of the house, or like you want to talk about it with anyone else, or if anyone ever asks you this is more of the way that like we want them to like explain it, kind of, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. They're like, oh well, the spirit of Christmas is Santa, I don't know. I feel like I'll cross that bridge, I guess, when I get to it, but that's kind of like how I feel about it. But also, you cannot tell other people to give in to whatever it is that you are doing in your house.
Yeah.
If you believe in Santa, that's your business, but that doesn't mean that someone else's kid does as well. And it's not that other person's responsibility to cater to whatever you want. And that's the risk that you take when you send your kids to school, when you have play dates with friends, when you let your kids watch movies, TV, etc., etc. You having them exist in the world with other people, that's the risk you fucking take.
Yeah.
And if you don't want those risks to happen, put yourself in the situation.
I did the whole time I was growing up. If any kids that came up to me and they said, "Do you believe in Santa?" No. Why? Because I'm not allowed to. Like it.
Yeah.
God help me if I
Yeah.
walk into church and I say I believe in Santa, I'm probably going to get burned at the stake.
Right. And it's not
Really going to drive
not a
me out
matter
into
of
the
being like,
middle of the
no,
woods and
because
leave
he's
me.
not real. Yeah, and it's the conversation doesn't have to be no because he's not real, but it's just no, I can't, like, I don't celebrate, or I don't believe in it. You know what I mean? But it doesn't have to be crushing someone else's dreams like as a child. But it's also like, how bold of you to come on a fucking social media page and be like, can you guys stop can you tell your children not to tell my child that blah 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 blah? Like, bitch, shut up. Shut all the way up.
I mean,
No.
it's not
If
like
he
they
came home and
said
been like,
the tooth fairy's not real. The Easter bunny isn't real. Santa's not real. Your parents really don't love you. You're adopted. It's
you're adopted. Your mom's not your mom. Your mom's not a natural blonde either. That's not the
your
color of
daddy's
her
sleeping
hair.
with my
You've been
mom.
lied to your whole life.
I mean, how big of a problem was this? What else did they tell your child that you're
Yeah.
not telling us?
Seriously, like, I feel it's so much more. So much more. It's also giving the creepy boy mom. Like, creepy boy mom. Not just like boy mom, but like, I'm my son's first love, and blah, blah. Just, it's giving a weird vibe. Maybe she should like back
We
off a little
don't
bit. Maybe.
we don't gender our children, but my offspring, Aston, Meineke, John Deere, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said he. They do not want to have the magic of Christmas slash, I don't know what a fucking holiday they call Christmas. I don't know. I was going on a tangent there and it just fucking derailed. Either way, you're gonna be a weird fucking hippie, then just homeschool your fucking kids. I don't know. Keep them away from other children.
If I was still in that group and I would have been on there, I would have literally just commented and been like, no, no, just no, no other explanation, no other anything, just.
You sound like
All right,
vegan.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, good.
Why don't you just shut up and go eat your gluten-free cookies at Christmas and just get the fuck over it?
You sound like your house is beige. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
My screen's gonna go blank for a second while I pull up my screenshots.
Ah!
Still hear me. This one was absolutely. This was my post, my current post. Someone said, stinky lotion advice. I go to a gym where a woman uses lotion or something similar that smells horrible. I've never spoken to her, so for all I know, she could be the kindest person in the world. I do my best to move to a different place in the gym when I smell her, but she leaves the smell in the locker room too, which is not very large. What do I do in a situation like this? I almost feel like a jerk for bringing this up, but the smell bothers me enough to put myself out there.
Vaseline under the nose. Don't buy organic.
There was a crazy controversy in the comments. Um, it got dirty deleted, so I can no longer see the comments. But people were the Vaseline thing. Somebody said, "Why don't you just go up to her and tell her she stinks?" Somebody else was like, "Imagine being so entitled that you think you can control the way other people smell." Some people asked, like, "Is it like a body odor smell? Like, what kind of smell is it?" And she was like, "No, it's like a scent, like a lotion, or she sprayed herself with something." Um, and she was like, "I can smell it from the minute I walk into the gym, so I know immediately it's there as she's there." Someone said, "Why don't you go to another gym?" She was like, "No, this one's close enough for me to ride my bike to." She's like, "I'm not on post. It's not like I can just go to another location." So there was like a lot of controversy in the comments. And
Did
I
they
commented,
did they perfect an anti-bitch spray? Is that what she's coating
I don't
herself
know,
in?
I don't know, but I told her to get a pair of nose plugs like swimmers do and shut up.
Yep.
It's that simple. You cannot control what. I don't care if somebody smells like stinky ass body odor. That's not your fucking business. I mean, if you want to come to somebody as like a kind person, you wouldn't have. Why would you go on social media? You're just being a catty ass bitch. But if it was like a concerning smell, like a BO kind of smell, I could definitely understand going up to the person being like, "Hey, I don't know if you're aware of this, but you have an odor. I just wanted to let you know. I didn't want to let you walk around your day smelling like that." But it's also like, who the fuck do you think you are? Being like, "Oh, well, you're posting it in a spouse's group. What does this have to do with being a spouse?" That's what I'd like to know. What does fucking Santa Claus have to do with being a fucking spouse? What does fucking someone's lotion, one man's trash is another man's treasure, that whole fucking concept? What smells good to someone else may not smell good to you, and that's your problem.
Reminds me, so I bought that pheromone perfume one time
Uh-huh.
on a yeah. So my man looked pissed off. So I bought my
Oh
the
no.
pheromone stuff on TikTok. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm super excited. Like, Joey's probably gonna love this. I want to see what kind of reaction I can get.
Mm-hmm.
I put it on. He goes,
Mm-hmm.
"What are you smelling?" I said, "Apparently, attraction to another man." What? I said, "I guess you're not my soulmate."
Well, you win some, you lose some. Sorry, buddy.
So I wore the rest
I
of it
mean,
though. I wasn't wasting like $8.
no, hell no. You use it till it's gone. But it's also like one of those things where, like, you could smell something in a store and it could smell amazing, and then you put it on you and it doesn't smell as good anymore. And
Nope.
that's because your body obviously makes it different. And I mean, they could have been wearing the same fucking lotion, but it didn't smell good on the other person. But it's like, how entitled are you that you think that you have the ability to control how someone else fucking smells? And it's not like she made it very clear it wasn't a BO smell, like a stinky smell like that. It was literally like some kind of lotion that the person was using. And then she dirty deleted the freaking thing.
Fucking hooer. All right, let me
Hooer.
find another good one. Oh, that was the email to the teacher.
Haha, that's a good one.
Oh my god. That was a good one. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I know you're in here. I know you're in here. Are you it? No. Do you want to go ahead with your other one while I look for this?
Sure,
I know
sure.
you're fucking here. Where the fuck are you?
So my other one is delete if not allowed. Does anyone work in admin on blank military base? It was blocked out. That can write fake orders for me and my husband to get out of our lease. We will pay you. I know a lot of people do it, but we don't know anyone in admin.
I saw that one too. Like, I dare you to comment if you can do that. I dare
I'll
you.
find the post.
No, I dare you.
Idiot. I will. I'll go find it and be like,
Yeah, 100%. I can do that for you.
I got you, boo. For a small fee.
$500.
This holiday season.
But I sent you over to CID. Oh my God. Okay. Now you know which one this is. So we're going to get a little excited. She had a lot of stipulations though, so I'll give her that. She planned it out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So my husband has wanted to be she didn't spell it right though. Like, Jesus.
I have the urge to call it polyamorous after like seeing like the TikToks. Polyamorous. That's what I have the urge to call it. So
polygamous. So my husband has wanted a polygamous. I'm pretty sure she was going for polygamous. Wanted to be I feel dumber just reading it. Wanted to be a polygamist for a while now. I'm going to be dumber just reading it. Okay, last time. I'm going to read it in the dumb way she wrote it. And we're all just going to be a little bit dumber for it. So my husband has wanted to be polygamous for a while. Now I haven't. He never mentioned it when we got married, only the last 7 months or so. He finally gave me an ultimatum, and I'd rather not lose him or the benefit I have of staying at home. I told him we could start looking, but I had a list of qualifications. 1, she has to have her own job and insurance. I was here first. I'm not giving up my stuff. And bring in at least half of what he makes. 2, they can't have any kids for at least 2 years because I'm pregnant now and don't want to be pregnant with someone or have them so close in age. 3, he can only spend 2 days with her, not every other day, because I was here first, so I should rightfully get more time. Those are the only 3 I'm really fighting for, and he says I'm being ridiculous.
The whole thing's fucking ridiculous. What part of that is not ridiculous, including the spelling?
And including the fact that it's illegal.
I mean, there's that tiny tidbit as well. I mean,
are
they actually like trying to put this? Are they trying to put this on the books for reals? Or are they trying to do it on the down low? I don't know. It's giving sister wives.
Could just call them fuck buddies. Could just call them friends with benefits.
It's giving the real sister wives of military spouses. Are they in? Like, how do you file your taxes?
You don't. Believe me. Kind of pro at it.
Would she get like a 1099?
No.
Is she a 1099 employee?
No.
She's getting paid under the table.
And believe me, I have the greatest ethics and morals of all when it comes to taxes. If they walked in and had me do their taxes and let it slip up once, I'm reported.
Reporting. You get
Sorry.
reported.
I will die on this
Come on,
hill.
everybody.
That
I'm an
night is
equal
gonna see the
opportunity
outcome.
narc.
So
I'm an equal opportunity narc. No.
I mean, like, I need your kids
Free meat
removed
for
from this
everyone.
home. So I want to go to sleep tonight.
I read that and I was just, didn't that get dirty deleted? I think it got deleted.
I didn't look for it after that. I'm like, no, I fucking saved this. That's all I needed from it.
I want to see if it's still there so I can read some of those comments. The whole thing just skeeves me out. I don't know. Like, I was never taught to play well with others. I know I'm not a sharer. Sharing is not caring. That whole thing is just gross to me, besides the fact that it's illegal. Besides that, it's just, I don't like it.
I'll tell you right now, women's prison is not fun. It's quiet.
I'm currently rewatching Orange is the New Black, and I believe that wholeheartedly. And if Shannon ever came to me and said something like that to me, I would have to be burying a body somewhere.
I will tell you this.
'Cause no.
That show makes it look more fun.
It still gives me the heebs, though. I've watched it like 3 times, and like nothing about it. Honestly, I'll tell you, nothing about that looks fun to me. I'm in the riot season right now, where they're having the riot going on because they're trying to because the girl got killed by the guard, and I know it makes me sad. But that whole thing was just giving me the skeeves.
Yeah.
It made me itchy, like your life story.
No, don't worry. Prison will make you itchy. That's why you take short showers.
Ew.
Yeah. And you never take your shoes off.
No, yeah.
I'm itching now.
Like, I know, I'm like, I'm gonna have to take a shower.
All right.
Oh, God.
Do you have another one, or are you ready to move on to a word and some hell?
I don't have another one. I have like a few of them, but they weren't that great, honestly. So I think we can move along.
All righty. Let me get to I think we're going on almost 2 hours too.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, we had a bunch to talk about this week.
Mm-hmm.
That we did. And it was very frustrating.
Yeah. Frustrating.
Yep, I loved that word that you sent me. Frustrated. Yep. So fucking frustrated that you just can't even. It wasn't sexual this week. It wasn't anything. It was just, it summed up the whole week. So frustrated.
I thought so.
Super fucking simple. Frustrated.
Hell yeah.
So for those listening,
I love that.
let's have a challenge. Let's see how many times this week we can use the word frustrated or tentative. Tentative. Yes, that's what it was. Tentative. Tentative. Still one of my favorite words.
I love that word. I actually used it in a sentence like that week. I don't remember what the conversation was, but I used it. I was like, look at me using that word in a sentence.
We should make a word calendar.
I really should. We should make our own version of Wordle. A fucked up version of Wordle. So I don't necessarily have a parents. I don't necessarily have a parenting hell this week, but I have a parenting win, a parenting triumph, a parenting milestone that I think is.
Did Walker kick her ass?
No one's ass has been kicked. No. I will say that she did not touch him today. So that was a good thing because I was ready to find out. No, Maverick started walking. He took his first steps. He walked to me today. He walked to Shannon when he got home from work today. My little mama heart, because he's been through a lot with physical therapy and all the things. And now I don't feel like he's behind on walking because I think 18 months is like pretty standard,
especially for a boy.
A lot of the times. Yeah, because Walker, I mean, even Sydney was 18 months when she was walking. They were just lazy, nothing more. So for Maverick, I was like really proud about it. I did not get shit wiped on me, but he did crawl on me, so I'm touched out. He was all over me today. He was like crawling up to me, pulling up on me, and then walking. So I'm touched out. But yes, he took his first like official like big boy steps, walking back and forth. So my little mama heart is very happy today. Very proud. If he would have wiped shit on me, I would have taken it with a smile.
Your days just got a lot harder.
Yeah, I know. I'm fucked. I'm so fucked. I'm never gonna let him learn how to climb. That'll be my only saving grace. Is baby jail will keep that bitch secure.
You think that?
But I know, and he'll fucking learn to crawl or climb. Yeah. So royally fucked moving forward, but it was cute for the first day. For the first day, it's cute.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'll probably have hell next week because the kids have progress reports and all kinds of things coming up. So
yeah,
I'm sure I'll have things to talk about.
Do you ever see the movie Life as We Know It?
Yes, with Angelina Jolie.
No.
Yeah. Wait.
The blonde.
Life as We Know It. Maybe not. I feel like I have.
Where the parents of the little redhead girl die, so then the best friends of the parents, they're both named godparents, so they have to raise the baby together.
Yes.
So sad. And then
love that movie.
I love it too. I cry.
That movie always makes me cry. Katherine Heigl.
Yep,
that's who that is. There's another movie that has Angelina Jolie and she's a blonde, and it's something similar to the title. But Life as We Know, I love that movie. I made Shannon watch that with me, and he cried too.
Yeah, you said that, and all I got was the image of the little redheaded girl just running all over the house and stuff. Like, oh my God.
My heart. I know. So cute.
Nope. Oh, he's such a big boy. A baby. Still such a baby.
I know. Such a little gentleman. Distinguished gentleman. So it's not no parenting hell, just parenting mush.
Oh.
How's mush?
I can't wait to see a video.
I got him. I'll send him. I gotta charge my phone up first. That's why my phone's dead, because I was freaking videoing him all damn day today, and I never plugged it in. So, yes, I'll send you videos. I promise.
Well, we ended this one on a very, very sweet note.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to put a little video of him on the Facebook page.
I will. I'll have to cut it down because it's long. I will trim it down and I will post it.
Nice.
Milestone.
Okay. Well, we had a really good episode. It was a long one. I hope you guys all stuck it out with us, because especially hearing that sweet little bit at the end. So I loved that. This was a good one.
Yes, I agree.
We don't hate all teachers, just some pissed us off really good this week and made us a little frustrated.
Just a little frustrated.
God, I've been pushing that out this entire time, and it finally came out. And it was just long one. Fucking shit. Whew. Okay. Finally came. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Ew.
All right. Well, until next week, send us your stories. Send us your bullshit. Send us your screenshots. Send us all the fuckery that's going on in your lives. If you have pictures of your widow babies walking, I'm not fucking having any more of my own, so I would love to see everybody else's little squirts doing it, especially yours. You can send everything to hotmessmom@gmail.com. God damn it. Why don't I just have a fucking heart attack already? Jeez Louise.
Oh Lord.
You can hit us up on all social medias. Everything is titled Hot Mess Mill Mom. Yes, the original name was a mistake, but we're stuck with it now for years. You can talk both Veronica and myself on all of these. The episodes are uploaded every single Friday. You can check them all out at hotmessmillmom.com. You can send us all of your cool stuff. You can choose to remain anonymous. If we think it's funny or stupid, we're probably going to say your name because hopefully by then we'll have lawyer money if you decide to sue us.
Yeah.
So, fuck that. Anyways, until next week, peace out, bitches.